Hello, happy Thursday, everyone. My name is Hope, and I am here with Sheila Ryan of Baby Moon Designs. We are going to talk about a little bit about EEM Biloxi, and that is April 25th through 27th in Biloxi, Mississippi. If you want to register, it is at eemshows.com. But without further ado, we have Miss Sheila Ryan here with Baby Moon Designs. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hey, everybody. I'm so excited to get to be at EEM this year. And my name's Sheila. My company is Designs by Baby Moon. I don't really do baby things, but I started my business when I was having babies. And so that time after you have a baby is called a baby moon. And I love the moon. And so I have lots of moon designs. So if you are moon oriented, I got you. But I love to make all kinds of embroidery designs, and I've been doing this for about 7 years now. And I have, my favorite things are outside of the box kind of things. I don't like to do what everybody else is doing, and I have a particular style. I say that my designs are ridiculously cute because I think they are, but I I have like this broad, wild. Assortment of things that I love. I've been in a freestanding lace zone for a couple of years, but I also do some work with Shannon Fabrics, which is the company that makes beautiful minky designs. And so I love using minky, the Shannon Fabrics minky, to do a lot of embroidery. So a lot of what I do incorporates that minky in it. And that's what I get to teach a class about big applique, and I'm going to be using minky and all kinds of other materials, but to show off just some neat ways to do applique that maybe you haven't thought about doing before, maybe you've been scared of doing it before, but I'm just excited to bring that to Biloxi.
Yeah. Well, we are so excited that you are going to be joining us. This is your first time being a teacher and a vendor. But since you already started talking about it, we can talk about your first class on Friday at 8 a.m. It's big, big, big applique. So,
Big. We are going to go as big as you can. So um, I hope you and I were talking about this a little bit. When people get their embroidery machine and they've been told to buy the biggest, get the biggest hoop that they can afford, or so that they can grow into it, and then they never use those hoops. So maybe you bought a machine that has an 8x12 or a 9x14 hoop, or maybe you have a multi needle that has a great big giant patch frame hoop. You can use those for regular embroidery designs, and some people like me will push the limits and like see how big we can go with embroidery. And I will take my great big giant hoops. I have gosh, I don't know the exact dimensions. It's like 19 by 23 or something bizarre like that. But I'll make stuffies in it, or the full applique. Like if I'm doing a pillow that's 18 by 18, I want that whole thing filled up with embroidery, right? So I've developed some of my own techniques for mastering that, because there's things, there's all kinds of places where embroidery can go off the rails. And I'm thrilled that I get to share some of those tips and techniques that I've developed to help make those embroidery projects come out just right. Because I know that's something that it could be a little bit scary, but I practice this and I push the limits just to see, what do we need? How do we make it happen? And how do we make it foolproof? And that's kind of what I love. My whole sewing room is more like a testing lab, I think. And it's going to be really, really fun. I don't do a lot of, I love a monogram. I have to say that. But I love to do things with the monograms, or with, your applique that you maybe haven't thought about doing before. And so I'm really excited about bringing those things to Biloxi.
Yeah. So Lisa Shaw asked, how big of an applique?
Lisa, we're going to make some big, big, big appliques. We're going to go as big as the hoops. I've got big hoops, and so I'm going to bring the things that I can do with my big hoops, but I'm going to bring some things that most people might have more of, that like the 8x12s, or even the 6x10. Some people can be really nervous about using a hoop that big when they've only been using a 4x4 or 5x7. So 6x10 seems really big
Yeah.
sometimes. But the techniques are similar for all those sizes. I'm going to be bringing a bunch of my big hoops so that we can get some hands-on experience.
Mm-hmm.
There's techniques in the hooping, and there's techniques in the stabilizing, and there's techniques with just handling your fabric as the
Right.
machine moves around. And I just want to make that a process. I want to help illuminate the process for people so that they're not afraid of doing it themselves.
Right. So, one question, and this is just as I'm thinking, um, would you show them, like, if you didn't have a really large hoop, how to like rehoop to make it big, or is that not at all? Just using a really big hoop.
So there are ways that you can use a repositionable hoop. This isn't really repositionable hoops because, especially for applique designs, that gets a little hard because you're dealing with a piece of fabric and you got to trim it and flip it and do some math. We're just going to we're going to maximize our hoop spaces.
Okay.
And so there's special scissors that help you trim appliques that big, and there's special ways to manipulate, how you're working in the hoop. And holding your scissors is really a thing. Like you may not have gotten good appliques. Somebody may not have gotten. Let me say, I have gotten less than ideal results with applique. And when I learned a different technique for holding my scissors, all of a sudden it was like, well, that was a lot easier than I expected. And I don't want to give away all the secrets here because I want you to come to the
I mean,
class.
I
But
can say I've gotten less than desirable results for applique.
we got to make a
I'm
mess
still
before
learning, though. That's the beauty of it.
yeah, well, there's no end to what we can learn. And I'm really excited that more people will be able to do that. We won't be scared of pushing the button. We won't be scared of using the machine
Right.
because, as my one of my friends that works at a dealer told me the other day, if you have an embroidery machine, you can't break it beyond what they could fix. So it's if I can help you push the button and like maybe go a little bit further than you thought you could, um, I think you'll have a lot of fun because we didn't buy these machines to sit around.
No,
We invested some money in this process. And so let's use it to make big, beautiful things for the world.
agreed. Absolutely agree. Well, I'm so excited about that class. And the great thing is if people then maybe they don't have a big hoop, we will have we have people selling hoops on the vendor floor. So if they feel it and they really want to go do it and maybe they hadn't purchased yet, they'll be able to go after and get a big hoop.
Oh man, that's really cool. I
Mhm.
love that we can do that at a trade show so
Yeah,
we can kind of we can play with it in class and then we can buy it on the floor and then we can go home and do it. So we have everything
exactly.
we need.
You leave and you're excited. You're like, I have all my tools. I can, you're just pumped. Like leaving EEM, I'm always like, and I don't even get to go in most of the class. I mean, I like peek in and like try to eavesdrop. No, I'm not eavesdropping, but try to get a little information. And I'm like, yes, I'm going to do something. So I,
Well, and that's one thing that I'm really excited about too. So when you come to a class that I teach, I like to give you something, to
Mhm.
do, like so you get to practice with it. So if you come to the class, you'll get some embroidery files that you can play with at home.
Perfect.
Or you can play with them. I'm toying with the idea of bringing one of my embroidery machines with me. It's it's always hard to travel because I can't sew for those days that I'm gone, and so I get itchy.
Yeah.
And I might just bring mine just so I can push the button while I'm
Sure.
in my booth,
Yeah. Totally.
like my little security blanket.
I totally get it. Totally get it. Okay, so this brings us to your next class. It's on Saturday at 10:15, and it's treat yourself freestanding laced earrings for all occasions.
Okay, I'm if you followed me for a little bit, you might know that this freestanding lace hole that I've been in for a couple of years is deep and wide. I mean, it's been so much fun. Um, and really, like, I can't get enough of freestand. I can't get enough. If I didn't have to sleep, we could have so much freestanding lace and the applique. I mean, all of it. But I actually was running some new freestanding lace designs this morning and trying something new. And I didn't make that big of a mess, but um, I always stitch my designs out myself. I don't, I have other people help me test them, but
Mhm.
I spend a lot of time, making sure that my designs work right. And freestanding lace was one of those things when I started doing embroidery that it was like, this is the top tier. Like, this is really hard, and it's an intense thing, and you got to do it exactly right. And if you don't, then it's just a waste of time. And I'm never going to be able to do that. And then I started playing with freestanding lace, and I was like, "Oh my gosh. I mean, this is the most magical thing that your embroidery machine can do. And all we need is thread and the right stabilizer, and we can make magic happen." And so we're going to talk about how to do that, and how not just to make something, but something for yourself. So,
Mhm.
um, I'm wearing freestanding lace earrings right now,
Lisa
and
Shaw
everybody.
said that they are ridiculously cute. Just saying.
You know what? Oh my gosh, Lisa is amazing, and I learned how to do it from Lisa. So, this is just a plug for coming to EEM in general. Lisa Shaw's got her own special magic, and I know that when I stand next to her, it kinda oozes out and I absorb it. So, I'm a fangirl, and I will go,
We're
but
all Lisa
literally,
Shaw fans. We're all
um
fangirls.
when I was developing my own style of freestanding lace designs, I was having, it was kind of a challenge in getting something to work just right. And I didn't want to ask her, but I went and stood by her at an event. And I went home, and it finally clicked what I needed to do to fix the thing. And I know it was because I stood by Lisa in her magic and brilliance
Yeah.
booth. And and then I got it, and I haven't slowed down since. So there's all kinds of things that we can do. But we're gonna make earrings. We're not gonna stitch them together because we don't have our embroidery
Right.
machines, but I'm gonna walk you through the whole process, and we're going to demystify it so that you feel comfortable going home with the kit that you'll get. Like, you'll get a chunk of my favorite stabilizer to use,
Mhm.
okay? And you'll get an embroidery design file to try out that stitches quickly and easily, and we'll practice hooping it so you can hoop your stabilizer properly. And I want to help you have those things so that you can go home and do it, and then have that,
Yeah.
like, this is something I can walk out the door. I've been known to make a freestanding lace earring design, 30 minutes before I needed to be out the door, because stitch
Yeah.
it, rinse it, put the hooks on, and it might be a little bit wet, but it's going to dry pretty quick.
Yeah.
We live in
And
the
then
South,
they
right?
yeah. Exactly. Definitely down here, it'll be fine. But then you can decide which colors you want, and, quick, match any outfit. Yeah.
Exactly, and we are people. I mean, I know you're gonna have thread vendors there at EEM, but, the thread to us is like our paint palette.
Mhm.
This is our medium that we create art with, and
Right.
so if you've had threads that you haven't gotten to use, oh my gosh, let's make some freestanding lace out of them. Because in the past, I think freestanding lace was all white,
Yeah.
because but I've learned some techniques on how to get match the bobbin thread, and make your machine work with, different bobbin threads. So we'll talk about those things, and we'll make it easy for you. So
That's awesome.
it's fun.
And it's like it seems I haven't made any yet, but it seems like it would be great for something to bring to a craft fair, or, almost a quick money maker for, other events that you could bring to, if that's what
They
you're doing.
really are. Yeah, they really are. And I mean, anytime you've got a little, like, a small thing on your table, I'm not gonna say it's an inexpensive thing, because we've got when we're pricing things, we got to figure in the cost of our overhead, which counts, our embroidery machines. They're not cheap. But for something, you don't have to go out and buy any special fabric. All you need is your thread and your stabilizer, and you're set to go. And so I would I have not ever calculated how many earrings I could make in a day, but it's a lot. Like, you could make a lot. And so then you've got this inventory, and if you had, a couple of weeks to
Yeah.
prepare for a you could have a beautiful display to take and set on your table. And I know people that make really good money selling freestanding lace earrings all day long on the internet and in craft shows. And when when you use your good thread and when you use good quality hardware, it's not really a cheap throwaway thing.
Yeah.
These are beautiful jewelry.
Yeah.
This is, and we use real
Handmade
gold.
and,
Yeah,
you know,
you're making fine jewelry here,
yeah.
and this is people will pay for it, and so it's a nice, small, easy, I guess, an accessible craft show
Right.
booth filler if you need to
Because
make stuff like that.
sometimes, I mean, it's wonderful when you personalize stuff, but I do see, like, I'm in a ton of Facebook groups. A lot of people are asking, what's something that I can bring to a craft fair to at least make my table look a little better, or, something that's eye catching. And you could make those, and then you could still take orders for personal ones, but you can, that's a quick and easy sell most of the time. It's something that catches their attention. Oh, I want that. I have to have it. And they can bring it home with them. And then, they have your card, and then they're like, I need 10 more.
Right. And they make, I mean, because I'll get stopped all the time, and they're like, people will ask me about my earrings, and they're like, is that crochet? I mean, they're not
Yeah,
makers, right? So
they have no idea.
they don't know. Right. But it's okay. I'm like, I'm happy to talk. You want to talk about embroidery? Let's talk about
Let's do
embroidery.
this.
Um,
How much time you got?
exactly. But I love sharing with people how this happens. Like, this is done, I programmed it in to a computer program, and then it told the machine what to do, and then we stitched it out, and then we rinsed it away. I
Yeah.
mean, all of it is kind of magical, but
Mhm.
this is something that is really a lot more accessible than people think. And I'm, I might be speaking for myself, but I feel super fancy when I wear earrings that I made. I mean, oh my gosh.
Absolutely. I really feel like I missed the ticket today. I'm just wearing studs. I'm like, I usually I love wearing big earrings, but I also haven't made any myself. I'd feel cooler if I did.
Well, you know what? I got you covered, okay? So we'll get you set up, and it'll be really. So I know monograms are super big in the more southern places. I'm in South Texas, so we do our monograms, but not like y'all. I mean, not like you're in
Yeah.
Houston, so not like Mississippi
The deep
monograms.
south is what they're
Yeah,
called.
deep. And oh my gosh, I have some earrings. I made them like, I mean, they're big and extra, right? Because I'm big and extra. But you put your monogram on your earring, and I know you can do it with. I'm not. I'm not dissing any other crafts, but you can put a vinyl monogram on, or you can paint pin it
I
on.
knew where you were going with that.
But if you can put your monogram on your earrings with thread, oh my gosh. I mean, it is totally a different thing.
That is.
It's super magical. I mean, it's almost as good as getting like a laser, when you get custom jewelry made for
Mhm.
yourself. That's what we're doing. We're making custom
Yeah, you're
jewelry
making custom jewelry
mhm,
with thread.
with thread and magic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
So it'll
Well,
be really fun. I love the thing that happens in that class, because when we talk about how the process, how the threads work and how they lock together, and how it all holds together, because that's part of the mystery, right? And then there's this thing that happens in class that I love, and everybody there's a gasp and a and that's just really fun. It's
yeah,
gonna be so fun to do that
it
with y'all.
it's gonna be awesome. I'm so excited about your classes. But not only do you have classes, you have a booth. So tell us a little bit about what you'll have at your booth.
Well, I'm obviously gonna have samples of some of the kinds of things that
Mhm.
I offer, but, I have my own, pattern packs, so you can buy my designs. You don't have to, remember to go look on the website. I'll have special bundles that I'm bringing with me to EEM that you can take those home. I'll have some of my favorite, stabilizers and little gadgets that make the process easier for doing machine embroidery. They're just some of my favorites, and sometimes they're hard to find, and so I'm
Yeah.
just gonna bring those with me, to help make the process easier. So, I'll have lots like I told y'all I'm a Shannon Fabrics, uh, brand ambassador, so I'm gonna have lots of things to touch. Minky is a very, touchy
Mhm.
thing, and so I'll have lots of things to touch and squish and run your hands over, and, it'll be a sensory experience. How about that?
That's what that's what crafters like.
We do, we love it.
We need to
We
touch
can't.
things, we need to feel things, we need to see bright colors, maybe something sparkly, like, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
all of the
Yep, for
things.
sure.
Well, that sounds really exciting. Um, what is the number one thing that you're looking forward to in Biloxi?
I am really looking forward to meeting, some people that I haven't gotten to meet face to face yet. So, my favorite thing about going to a trade show is meeting somebody face to face that I may have interacted with online. If you've shopped from my design collection, that's a huge deal to me, and I really value that trust that people put in my work.
Mhm.
Um, you're trusting your big fancy embroidery machine to my design, and there's some kind of connection there that I love to meet those people in person
Yeah,
because you're really special. I mean, like you fed my kids.
right. I think that I
And that's
mean, with small business, that's what it is. It's you bought my design and that's feeding my kids. That's sending my kid to
mhm,
soccer or, getting him tutoring or what like this is my life and you're supporting that. So not only am I trying really hard to give you a really great product, but you trusted me and you believed in it enough to buy it. Like it is a huge deal. I I
it
understand.
is a huge deal, and it's just a privilege. I mean, it's a privilege to get to be able to harness the technology to make the designs
Mhm.
for people, but to see you in person, that's really special, and I love that. I'm looking forward to seeing some of my other vendor friends there, and so that's always fun, and I want people to know that we're friends, like, friends in the industry, like, we're on the same team. It's not, I don't go thinking, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna see my competitors there," because I don't think of other embroidery designers as
Right.
competitors. We're colleagues and we're peers, and it is always a really good time when we get to be in the same room
Mhm.
together. There's some creative energy just from hanging out together that happens, and that's gonna be a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
So, during the day, after hours, all of it, it'll be a lot of fun, and I haven't been to Biloxi and, like, stopped there in a long time, so I'm really looking forward to
Yeah,
being in Biloxi. I hear there's good food,
always.
so
Everybody's
that'll be a
excited about the food. We keep hearing that, so we're
yeah.
excited. I think our number one thing too is always all of the people getting together, getting to see friends, getting to meet your online friends, and, just being a big creative ball of energy. It's
Yeah,
always exciting to meet everyone and to get that vibe going.
it is, and it's really cool 'cause, when we do embroidery, I mean, y'all are everything embroidery market. It's a s it's a special little language
It
that's
is.
kinda neat, and it's not you can be part of sewing groups or quilting groups, and I love places like that, but we start talking about embroidery, and there's a certain kinda crazy that we've got that's ours,
Mhm.
and to not have to we don't have to explain to people what an embroidery machine is. Like, we're all there because we know
Mhm.
we are those people. And that's a really great the first that's a really great thing to experience
Mhm.
as somebody that does embroidery. And I'll just say the first time I went to an event, like this, there was just such a relief, of of knowing that these people they were like me, because we don't always feel like that.
Yeah.
We tend to be by ourselves and we think we're the only one. Even the people at the stores where we bought our machine don't understand really what we were doing,
Mhm.
because when we're coming to a trade show, we're learning how to push the limits and do things that haven't ever been done, and really stretch what we're capable of creatively. And to be in a room with other people that are doing that, or maybe they're building a business. And so to be into a room of other people that are doing that and to speak the same language about it is really, really good for people. It's good for us as
It's
vendors, and it's good for,
empowering.
yeah, it really is. So that is, it's going to be great.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
Lisa said it's a certain kind of crazy and we own it.
It's a very, it's a specific niche.
It's a niche of crazy. We definitely own it. But anyway, so we're so excited for you to be joining us. If you haven't gotten tickets yet, you can go to eemshows.com and you can see all the classes, you can register. And it is all of our classes are starting to fill up. So if you're on the fence, I would just go ahead and get them. The show again is April 25th through 27th in Biloxi, Mississippi. And Shiela, it was so great to talk to you. We cannot wait to see you there. And yeah, I think that's it for today.
Thank you so much, Hope. I'm excited to get to see y'all too, and just to meet some new friends in person at
Yes,
EEM. It's going to be a really great
it's
thing.
going to be
So thank you for letting
fantastic.
me come, and I'm excited to bring all my stuff and share it with
Yes.
everybody.
And can we find you online at Designs by Baby Moon?
Yeah, my website's designsbybabymoon.com. I have a Facebook group called Designs by Baby Moon Friends and Fans, and I'd love for you to join that group. It's a safe space for our kind of crazy. But we're always talking about, new designs, how to do what we do better. And I'm in there all the time. If you want to find me, go into the Designs by Baby Moon friends and fans group, because I'm in there all the time. Those are my people. And of course, I think I'm sharing this to YouTube and my personal Facebook page. So you can always find me there too. But Designs by Baby Moon is my website, and that's where I'll be.
Great. All right. Well, we hope everyone had a great day. If you have any questions, please email us at customerservice@eemshows.com. And we'll see y'all in Biloxi. Bye,
We'll
guys.
see you.